I don't know if this will make any sense, this question. Um, but uh, when we talked before, it was about heart energy being in the heart space
Yeah,
and then being in the head space.
yeah,
And for quite a while, I felt like often now I can feel the energy in my body, or everything feels like energy. And for a while, it was in the heart space, and now it's really gone back into like the back of my head where my skull meets my top of my spine. I can feel that it's really strong energy there
yeah,
and in my ears. And
yeah.
it feels like it's I Googled whether that was a chakra point and I couldn't, it didn't seem like it was. But
No,
anyway, yeah.
but it is connected to Kundalini. So when you're having Kundalini going up your spine, there's something here, but I've forgotten that where energy comes out here. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a lady, I don't know, yeah. If you start looking up Kundalini and coming out of the back of the head there, you'll find stuff. Yeah, it's hard. Like it would take me a long time to go through and try and find these reference points. Yeah, there is a book that I can recommend, but
Yeah.
it's like a huge book. And to find that information,
Oh,
I
right.
can't guide you to where that information would be.
Do you have some Kundalini on links on your website, on your page?
Um, I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have a look. But
but
anyway,
yeah, but it's a very, maybe not all teachers speak about it, but there is a point here when this is opening here, your third eye chakra, your this
mm,
bit back here is opening as well. Uh,
right.
so just let me look into Audible to find the title of this book for you. Library. Um, yeah, but I don't know so much about Kundalini, but it's really fascinating. So it's
Mm.
called, and uh, it is called, yeah, okay, it's not there. Yeah, I'll put it in the
Can you put it in the
link.
Telegram sometime
Yeah, I'll put it
afterwards?
into,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
in
you.
the. Um, and yeah, that it's to do with the third eye chakra opening and changes and shifts there.
Mm.
The way, I
Okay.
mean, like I don't know so much about it, but the energy, I just know for myself, like my chakras and what happened here, but it's not the correct way. It's like everything in spirituality. Each body is so unique. And then there can be teachers that really go into certain subjects and really know, all the specifics of it. And for me, it's non-duality. It's not so much the chakras, but I know about it from my own experience, but that doesn't mean it's the same as yours.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'd studied all the different books on Kundalini and chakras, then, maybe I'd have a wide basis of information in order to guide you. But basically, what happens for me, and that's all I can really go on, is that the energy of the chakras go up, and chakras aren't meant to be open all the time. They're like, for me, they're like guides of how to navigate the world. And when you go from the mind, from thought down into the body, then they become like energy centers, like you say, and they open and close. And when you're releasing energy for one, it will become very tight with lots of energy around it.
Mm.
So, um, yeah, and then what you can do different things to release it, but then eventually the energy begins to go up. And even when you're releasing an energy from one, there is like an upwards motion to them. And
Mm.
so what's happened is yours has just gone up, and now there's something coming out
Yeah.
of the
Stuck.
third.
Feels quite.
Yeah,
It feels. Well, it felt really like a lot yesterday, and now today it doesn't feel so
so
stuck.
much.
But I think like trying to force it, it's like
Yeah,
force the energy out seems not to work. It seems
no,
better to relax and just let it.
yeah, and let it do its thing, and it's happening, by itself.
Mm.
So it's good to do things like you can guide it seemingly by putting attention, you know, in the chakra system and allowing that energy to move up. But it's happening by itself in the end. You know, once you get into this subject, your head is in the tiger's mouth. There's, you know, no escape. You know, there's the nature of this life is expansion. So you get into this subject and you are going to expand more and more and more and more and more until total freedom happens. And then after total freedom, then the total freedom is becoming absolutely nothing. So, okay, yeah. And I don't mean total freedom in non-Jew terms. I mean like total freedom as in what the Buddhists talk about with Nirvana. Like so that the form totally dissolves.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, that's gone a bit too far. That's
But
not
I
really my place
don't
where I
quite
speak.
understand that difference.
Yeah. So what I mean by that, like, is when so the way in which the Buddhists would talk about it is that, I mean, this is everyone has to find their own way. This isn't the truth. This is the way it feels here. So it's not the truth as in everybody has their own unique path, but the way that it feels here is it really resonates with the way the Buddhists speak about past lives.
Right.
So we have these past lives, and the goal of all these lives is total freedom, which to the Buddhist, total freedom is the end of being reborn. That's nirvana. So you've got enlightenment, you've got awakening, you've got all these different stages, and then the end is total nirvana, and it's the dissolving of the body. So you're no longer in a body.
Yeah.
And that's not the same as non-duality, where it's like you're alive, but you're no longer identified with the body. So you are no thing and everything. It's the end of the karma of that bundle of energy. So it won't be reborn again. So there's an absolute going back into everything beyond the physical form. But that's kind of, we don't really need to know, talk about that. And that's kind of, you know, what resonates here is other teachers will have different feelings. Like, I can't be certain that's what happens.
Okay, thank you. I think, yeah, that would be really helpful if you could share the link.
Yeah, it's a really big book though. You might not be so grateful when you begin to get into it. Like, some of it is very boring. Then you finally get to the page, the 2 pages out of the like something like 600 pages. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You might
Thanks.
also be able to Google it as well, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a go as well.
Yeah, or ask ChatGPT. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.